Just saw Mom this morning, took down all St. Patrick's Day decorations and started putting up Easter ones and quick turnaround. She's doing okay.
He's really careful. Yes, he's good.
Oh, hey.
He's just so friendly. And he fell asleep. I had my clipboard on my lap and I was talking to Dave earlier. He climbed right up, curled right up, and like fell asleep. I felt so bad. I had to get up and leave. But he's great. Tina knows more about it than I do.
Here.
Oh, I'm good here. Thanks.
No, come
I'm
up
just
here.
gonna keep a
No,
low
come,
profile.
no, come up here. Come on.
Hopefully Lowell remembers.
He should. I talked to him yesterday.
Can I sit over next to Tina?
You can say whatever you feel like saying.
Just,
Did you see what they sent this morning?
You know,
wasn't sure if Dave.
yeah,
Probably not.
I did.
He was working, so I was-
No, I've been way too busy. This shouldn't be real long,
No.
because this is just trying to get some direction. Yeah, that's all we're doing. Oh, you printed it?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Oh, my God.
That's the one that has a chicken scratch on it.
No, but it's, I mean, the first thing I put is something I can't even read.
Okay, it's this one. I mean, it's, once you figure out what's what, then you can kind of gauge what the idea was. A lot of it's just topography,
He actually
the
works
topographic map.
Yeah,
That's what
you know, I couldn't print anything you sent
up
me.
front of the code enforcement.
I don't know what it is.
Up front of first,
Couldn't
but
put
they
it
have a
up.
whole litter of strings. Had that
I was gonna try to,
And she followed
I printed for homes.
nursed them, and they ended up getting ringworm.
what'd you print?
So
Like
she
the,
nursed them through that, and then
Yeah, good.
she was looking for homes
I
for
couldn't
them.
get it to
I
print.
got
And we had been talking with the administrator, he had worked at a different municipality that had an office cat. And he said it's really good for morale, and we were like, we would love an office cat.
I guess this was 20
I put that in.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
somebody
what
lost their cat, and I'm like, no, it's so easy. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I'll get them shipped maybe. Or did
We
you
are
already
going to,
do-
he goes April 1st.
Oh, okay.
Do you have, does that have, a list of rules for the?
Hi.
Okay.
Great.
This is getting easier than-
Where's my one?
It's mostly
He's,
just
oh,
a-
we don't let him in here when the doors are shut.
I think all we have to do with it is take it to Adam. My leg still hurts. It's actually my calf. It's been really bothering me for the last week.
It's easy, kind of tend to, one thing leads to another, because
You
you're sort of trying to
you
make
get-
it more comfortable for one thing, it affects something else.
You get old and you can't heal.
This one doesn't have it actually in there, but I can read them.
Which is what,
What was proposed back in 21?
well, I don't think we really need that. This is an issue. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Susan is not coming, correct?
She is not available.
Okay.
She can maybe watch it later.
This should be real short, actually. The longest discussion we had.
That's over Gage.
Oh, okay, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I took it with my drone.
Oh, wow, that is fantastic.
Do you want to sit here?
Oh, and you
I
found
would
it?
have thought that someplace
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah, so that
Thank
was
you.
on,
You're connected enough.
It's awesome. I like to be connected.
Yeah, you
And that's what wants to hold it, like,
I saw your letter on Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How are you? Away from it.
I've stayed on Facebook.
You can, that's my
Bible.
hope.
Perfect letter.
Oh, okay.
Everybody
I don't know
who
why.
commented felt that it was, thanked you
Yeah.
for it, you thought it was done well.
I don't know.
I mean, that's what I was.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
it only takes one person. It only takes one person to misinformation and then you know everybody.
I mean, they can fly really, really far. but- Yeah, it's true. They have to be. Because it is.
That's really cool, and thank you.
Right. Right, I know, so that's why I feel like what you spelled out actually really would help people understand.
That's fun.
And the comments said so.
That's good.
It's.
The
Did you get burned
the
under
cat will
the
get it.
So how about that, World Cup baseball,
World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Venezuela.
World Cup, yeah, I didn't say that. My man hit the 2-run homer in the Phillies fan.
Yeah.
But we couldn't pull it off. Did you watch?
I watched, the highlights in the morning, or this morning.
Venezuela had it from the moment they walked into the stadium.
Yeah.
It was, the energy was all about Venezuela.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
not
It's gonna be.
US. I mean, I'm like going, and.
It's neat though, seeing players you're familiar with, just
Mhm.
relaying it in this other
Yes,
way.
Yeah, it was, found it very
It
interesting.
was really good to get the quality. It's very, very, I only watched, maybe one, I didn't watch the whole game even, but I was impressed.
Oh, I
Good
did.
time.
I'm going, come on.
I really enjoy baseball, but I love the winter Olympics.
Yes,
I
yes.
love the Masters.
Do you?
I love it.
I love it so calm and beautiful.
Yeah, I know. I'm always
When
looking at
the
the
rain
courses,
there.
Like that
the
first weekend in
flowers,
April, and
the
it's always like-
bushes.
it's the start of spring. Like, the
Yes.
Masters is
Oh, I
like-
agree.
it's
I'm with
like
you.
this-
Yep. I'm beyond ready.
Some people shoveling this morning,
I
and
love
I didn't, and when I got home after running some errands, it was all melted already.
Argentina.
Hi.
Okay, where's that shirt from? I mean, where'd you get your shirt?
The
Did you leave the store?
Stephanie's store, yeah. Got a couple there.
She's got great stuff.
She does.
She tried to give me a
Really good.
discount. I said, no.
Oh,
okay,
that was
I can't take
nice.
the discount.
Hello.
Hey, Mary.
How are
I
you?
think Susan about day one though, like the same color even.
Oh,
So,
you look like you're on
so
safety.
yeah, hopefully she doesn't wear it today. She's not from- Okay.
Ooh, I see.
Hello,
Yeah, you're.
You would be in the audience too.
I would, that's true. I've seen that. I've attended a few times. Last meeting, in fact, Monday's meeting.
Yeah, she's one of the people that text me during the meeting,
Yep.
tell me if something's going on, so. Yeah. Yeah, and you can actually see like one of the cribs in there.
You know, it's, you talk to a great company, tell them why they're good and why they're not.
So I had to help them yesterday, they were like searching for the ones, or the, on the launch, or no, for the West Pier.
West Pier.
They were too far, like towards the
Just do me
way.
a favor, tell them the East Pier, that same
Okay.
pier in the shore.
Oh.
There are no cribs or mud set.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey Wayne,
Yes, sure.
good job on snow removal.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, here.
Always. Always do a great job. That's when I wish I would.
Yeah, Rob.
All right, it's 1:30. I'm gonna call the order, special Parks and Lakefront Committee meeting. Trustees Russell and Wright are here. Trustee Franklin has an excused absence. So I called this meeting mainly to go over 3 items that are basically only discussion. I'm not really expecting to do any motions out of this. We may, but I'm not really expecting it. I'm basically looking for committee input on, do some of these items need to go up through the board level for approval, or are they things that we just pass along and then go from there? So the first item is dog park policy. This came up because there's been some complaints lately about people not following any kind of rules at the dog park. They contacted Ryan. And so Ryan and I had a discussion, and we found a list of rules for the dog park, but they've never been posted, never turned into a policy. Nothing was ever done with them. So I know that when we did a new signage for the beach last year, when Water Safety Patrol asked us to do something, we actually took that through committee into the board to approve creating signage with a policy for the dog park. Lowell, what do you think? Do we?
Yeah, if we have some policy, some rules that make sense, I think we need to move them up to the board. Yeah.
Okay, so the direction I think we'll take out of this is for Ryan to develop a truncated, because that list was way too much.
Yeah, agreed.
Do a truncated example of signage and policy for the small dog park and the large dog park.
What kind of things are on the list?
I wish I could get into it right now, but my computer is frozen.
Or whatever I remember.
It was very simple stuff, like vaccinations was one of the things. Do you have the policy?
I have the one you shared.
Yeah, that's the same exact one.
I can't do that, so.
Yeah, my computer is not.
So they must have a permit,
Yeah, well,
more than 2 dogs.
Yeah, per leash holder. Dog park plan.
Leash when entering,
If I may.
no spike collars.
The issue that I got called about from a resident and then talked to Ryan, and Ryan sent me that was a matter of a dog that wasn't, I'm not that big on dogs, I didn't know, but there's a big difference, I guess, between dogs that are treated and not treated, or cut and not.
so your dog should be
Neutered or not
Yeah.
neutered, so, and there was an issue of a non-neutered dog, maybe being aggressive or something.
So-
But that's why I asked him, but I don't really know how this works, so.
Well, that would be part of the policy, and part of the statement on the side that we would mount at the dog park.
And that's not an uncommon rule for dog parks to have.
Yeah,
Surprised.
because of aggressiveness,
Mhm.
that's why.
Must be spayed or.
Seems a little intrusive, but.
You
The
don't want that
dog,
rule for people.
you know, you don't have to with them to use the dog park.
Yeah.
Walk your dog.
Yeah.
But, I think what we'll do is, Ryan, just pick the things that would fit on a 24/18 sign, like a typical sign size.
Yeah.
And pick the highlights, get that pulled together, and we'll put it on the April agenda for Parks and Lakefront, and then it can go to board after that.
I'll do some more research and see what other dog parks in the area as well.
Good idea.
The issue too, Lowell, comes down to enforcement. You're not gonna have the police down there enforcing stuff. But at least if we put something up there, maybe it makes somebody think twice before they go in.
Yeah.
Weight sizes for small dogs, large dogs, I don't think there's anything that spells that out.
No.
So
Even in this one, I don't think there's.
you should, so do that too.
There
Good
used to be
idea.
signs on the parks for a small dog, large dog, and weight, but I think they were just a laminated sheet of paper.
Yeah.
And then obviously things changed around and
Okay,
they disappeared with that.
all right, so come up with a format that we can have for the April 6th meeting. Next on the item on the agenda is discussion about Williams Bay, July 4th, 2026, 250-year celebration ideas, which Adam brought up a few months ago, a while ago, yeah, January meeting.
We have the Storm Society here, right?
Oh, yeah,
I think Joy's gonna be our spokesperson, kind
Okay.
of, sort of, because
okay,
between the DFW, the library, the historical, society, and Ryan, the rec department, we were just throwing out ideas. We weren't aware if the village was doing anything for the 250th anniversary,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you do or you don't, and we thought if you did, then we try to contribute something as a group together for it.
Do you want to talk?
Basically it,
That's
basically it. Not really.
Not
I mean,
really?
I want to hear what ideas Ryan's got.
Well,
You
let's,
know.
Want to start?
just kick it off real quick. If you want, Steve. I will say already we do have one thing that we can piggyback off of, that the Lions Club Pancake Day is set on July 4th this year. It always is that first Saturday, and it happens to be July 4th. So it's a nice event that we could piggyback off of. We already have the Edgewater Park reserved, essentially, and Lions Club doesn't need as much room for that event, so a farmer's market style setup could be possible. I believe the county is spending about $100,000 in the county on 250th. And I know one of the things, yeah, I know, right? And I know one of the things that they are doing is ordering, and they have ordered, you might have seen on social media already, the 250 flags that they have, that they're inviting people in municipalities to put up. So I would say, if they're already spent the money, our money on them, I think Williams Bay should try to get a hold of some of them and fly them.
Are they full size, Adam, or are they?
They were who's holding it, like it was
Oh.
yeah, at the last meeting. So those are my two inputs. We brought this up when we first heard about it, hoping that the Joy would get on top of it. But
So you
the
mentioned,
groups would organize kind of themselves and come to us. I don't imagine the village spending money on it, but definitely space and volunteers, but that's another issue.
so the farmer's market, I think, did they schedule the 3rd? They did, because they didn't schedule one of the other weekends that's further down, Corn and Broad, I think. We should talk to the WBBA about moving it to Saturday.
An idea?
I can reach out to Rob and ask him. Unless, you know what, why don't you? Might be better.
That's just about
Come on.
moving.
I recommend you plant a tree in memory for the brick.
For the 250th?
Yeah, actually, I got an email on that from it's like an oak tree or something like that's very old. And you could make kind of a little celebration about that, a little bit bigger tree than what we usually plant.
Okay.
So it's moving, the farmer's market from the 3rd to the 4th.
Where's your thought about that?
So
Where?
Friday, Saturday.
Down by Edgewater?
Oh, the location?
Yeah.
One of the parks.
One of the parks. Okay.
It seems like on an occasion, if we're gonna do something, warrants speeches and music and.
Well, Ryan, what was one of your big ideas?
So I had a couple of ideas that were gonna be kind of over 2 days. So on Friday, July 3rd, we do a 250th time capsule. I think a good spot for that would be right where the memorial is, right there in Edgewater Park. Does two things. It's centrally located, shouldn't be developed ever, and we'll be able to find it and know where it's at in 50 years and it's not lost somewhere. The other thing was we're going to be doing movies on the beach that night. So we're not doing
Which night?
the 3rd.
The 3rd.
Yep. So we're not doing one in June. We're going to do July 3rd and then July 31st. And then on that Saturday, July 4th, we were talking about doing a early morning, like patriotic paddle. And then followed by a boat parade. So I reached out to Gage already and was talking about this to them to see if the Lady of the Lake could actually lead the parade. And so
What kind of response did you get?
she was going to reach out to the cruise line
Okay.
department, and I have not heard back yet. So those are just some of the things from a rep side that we're looking to do.
Okay.
Did you want to speak?
Hi, I'm Pat Grove from the Historical Society. When you said the county has the flags, do you mean the Historical Society? Who are you referring to?
My understanding that the county government is the one that spent the money and has the flags now. And it was county supervisor that was holding one up on social media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says 250 and kind of script, red, white, blue ribbon lettering.
Cool.
Is that to distribute to municipalities? or is that just what they-
I can put in a call, obviously, but
I know they're available multiple places. Okay, it was my
For
understanding.
sale or?
They
for-
were for sale.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sale, yeah.
They were encouraging municipalities to fly them this year.
Do you want to take that?
I just think as far as flags, when we had our centennial, okay, we put up on the streets, every other flag was a centennial flag, and the American flag, centennial.
Yeah.
So it takes some more poles and some more flags, because what we've had is gotten, the poles have gotten beat up. We need to buy a few anyways, but I don't know if we can take a look and see if that's an idea, how many poles we would need yet.
I know what to buy about that, but.
I'm gonna buy one.
Sure.
I work on the truck, I don't know. Front end loader, it's that high, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
For the flags, we use the front end
Front end
loader, yeah,
loader. With a step stool inside it. Yeah, stand it.
So we have,
Undangerous.
we have a lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
Should we put this together as like a formal proposal for the board? I think
Yeah,
we
for sure. Yeah, agenda or something.
Yeah.
Some document that says, here
Okay.
are the plans,
So
who's responsible for them.
I'll work with Ryan and we'll pull that together, and we should probably try to also get that up in the April meeting.
And like Ryan said, Kishwaukee also has their 5K,
The
so
5K.
there's a lot of.
So what we
yeah,
would, what-
right.
at least what we want to do is somehow publish all of this to the website and whatever else we can do.
Sure.
We'll figure that out.
From the Historical Society, are you guys planning on anything? I've heard some talks, but I don't know.
Well, we were just throwing it around at our last meeting. We wanted to find out what the village was doing first of all. And then we had thought, oh, how about if we buy little, or have people buy little flags, like at the farmer's market or before July. And we'd like to see them get into the neighborhoods, you know, people to really be patriotic throughout the village, not just downtown. But then I like your idea, you know, because a lot of them, but a lot of, you know, anyway. If you could do that through the county, we'd be happy to be some manpower to get the flags out there, you know, maybe go around. You'd have to have permission to put them in people's yards.
But you're talking if they're the small.
We were thinking the
Yeah.
small yard flags, so. But then Ron, from the VFW said that he can get all these little flags for free. But we were thinking more that they would say the centennial or the 250th birthday or something like that. So we're, you know, just throwing ideas out there. You know, would it be worth it for us? We're also nonprofit, so we don't have a lot of money. You know, buying the flags and trying to sell them. Would people sell them? Would people get offended? If, you know, so that's why we kind of, you know, went to Joy or she actually came, you know, at our meeting. And Ron was at the meeting from the VFW, and we were just all throwing away ideas to make the whole village look patriotic, bring the neighborhoods together, not just, you know, but Main Street too, we were kind of counting on that.
I know that Ron's comment was, excuse me, that he would like to kick off awareness by Memorial Day, you know, during the parade. Leading up to July 4th. But if we were to do something
Try to
like that.
distribute the flags, if we,
Yeah.
you know, we even have it selling.
Yeah.
Selling them at cost, I don't think we're trying to raise money,
No,
selling
right.
at cost, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, we weren't looking at it as a fundraiser.
Yeah, it's not
We were looking
fundraising.
at it as a community event
Good idea.
to bring, and to get
I mean,
more
everyone's
variety
gonna be
for the-
down there for Memorial Day, or it's always a huge turnout.
Mhm.
So what about the high school, their historic club that they have there? I think they take care of Frost Park, don't they?
We do.
My understanding is that the history club is no more.
Oh,
It's
okay,
disbanded
okay.
since stuff.
So I was thinking that's just kind of, you know, that's a pretty great corner right there for someone to take and decorate, you know, in such a way. And I thought, okay,
I think that's true. That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I heard also, yes.
okay.
Joy, you're gonna be doing thinking of doing library programs or something that month, or that?
Sure, yes, absolutely. And of course, the summer reading program will be going on. Unfortunately, it's, the theme is unearth, forgot now exactly what it is, but it has to do with dinosaurs. So,
Really?
it's not really relatable, but, we'll try to make that leap. But no, I'm thinking that the library could also be a place if we need if we need more than one place to sell these flags, we can obviously do that there. We take in money for various groups as long as they're not making money on something that's, it's not for profit. So we can help in that manner. I don't have anything solid to share though, that we're going to do, other than if we want to be involved with time capsule. I'm sure the Historical Society would like to be involved with whatever goes
Would that be
into
something you'd be
time
interested
capsule.
in?
We would be interested in, and we'd also be interested in getting some notoriety on your list of all the clubs in town, when other people send out flyers or programs or this or that. It always says, the Civic League, the Lions Club, the this. And I've asked, how do we get on that list? And then WBBA says, well, for $200, we might put you on it. Well, their website never works, just a little. But
Yeah, details.
I don't know. And like I said, we don't have a lot of money, but if you have to pay $200 to be on that list, we were hoping it would bring more people in the community that care about the Historical Society. And if no one cares anymore, then we gotta stop beating ourselves up. Or because trying, we'd love to have more family histories. There's so much going on in the village now. It would be great to have some of the board members interviewed by one of our members about what's happening in the village. And that could be, please go to our website. We have a website that we started with a computer program, and see what's on there. And we have a lot of things to the library.
stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot of good stuff on there, and we thank the library for collaborating so much with us. And we're hoping to do that with the rec department also.
So we have 9 or 10 items now. So
Good.
we'll write that up.
Yeah.
We'll assign responsibility to look at it and try to get this all done by the 1st of May. And then get it through the committee and board. I don't think this will cost much if we have to buy some flyers or something else. So I'll get with Tina and we'll get it all written up and who's got responsibility and send it on an email. It's mostly Adam, Ryan, Rob, myself.
I'll reach out about those flags.
Yeah.
Learn what I can.
All right. So let's go to the last item, which again, I'm just looking for some direction, and this is parks related. So the last one is William Bay Parks and Lakefront Master Planning. This came up for a couple of reasons. I've had a lot of people asking me about, can we have more involvement in lakefront enhancement? I think we need to look at some of the parks and maybe some park development. We have Triangle Park that has no signage down there. We should do something with that. Frost Park signs falling apart. I don't know what Carlson Park looks like right now.
The sign's in good shape.
Yeah, the sign looks good. I
It was this morning when I walked by it anyway.
I haven't been out to the other developments. And then we have the Bailey Estates Park that has a playground in it and a wide open area that could really have a lot. So, Lowell, I'm really just looking for some direction.
When I saw this on the agenda, I went on the village website. We have a thing called a community outdoor recreation plan that the state mandates, that was updated 6 or 8 years ago, that addresses many of the things that Ryan raised in his proposal. Obviously, it doesn't include rec programs specifically, but it does include all the parks and their uses and intended uses and possible uses. And perhaps a way to do this is to update that plan.
Yeah, and I think the issue is how should we approach updating that plan? That's really what I wanted to focus on.
Well, and my recommendation would be that as a committee, we kind of
Sit down.
take time to read it, edit it, and sit down to it as a group and craft a revision that would go to the board for adoption.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think we need a consultant to help us do that. I think it's something we can brainstorm our way through.
Yeah, I don't think we need a consultant for that. Actually, I was leaning towards UW Madison and using them as a resource.
Sure.
But I like that idea that we take this plan that exists.
Yeah, I need a copy of it.
I've got one. I printed out much of it. I didn't print out the whole thing.
And go through this and dissect it and see what we can come up with. So do you think it's best to do it as another special meeting specific with this?
That'd be my.
Because I haven't read this yet.
My recommendation. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think we just go through it page by page and say, okay, what does it address? What does it not, are the things that are missing?
Okay.
And the things that are there, should we update them? And if we need to add some recreation program aspects to that, then we can do that. But
I think part of my thought process behind this too was from an improvement standpoint, moving forward long-term, where do we want stuff as well? You know, Theater Road obviously is a fantastic park, but from a baseball side of things, like the drainage out there on the field is really, really poor. And so it's, you know, it's 4 inches of dirt and then it's all clay. And so if we get any substantial rain or any rain at all, that field becomes pretty much unusable. And so that was kind of my thought process behind this as well, is figuring out where we want to put stuff for the future as well.
yeah, and I think that's an appropriate, a question we ought to try and answer, propose an answer to.
For sure.
All right. I think
Can I
we're
ask
gonna-
a question?
yeah, go ahead.
Just kind of crossover between streets and highway in this. So not everything on the lakefront is parks. There's a lot of lakefront that is parking.
You are correct.
So, and the one question that came up at Monday night's meeting too was the boat rigging area. Is there any thought about future use of that space? If you guys have,
Well,
just to kind of add that into this master plan.
yeah,
thought.
I don't know. I think it goes to the entire aspect of the downtown master plan.
Mhm.
And you can't, in my view, piecemeal it. That rigging area doesn't get used much during the week, but on the weekends, it's not really a sailboat rigging area. It is a boat rigging area. It's to move traffic out of the boat launch, especially as people pull their boats out, so they're not blocking the ramps while people are trying to get out, you know, just to rig their boats, clean their boats, drain their boats. It's to get over by the sailboat rigging area and do it over there, so it will involve some discussion. And I think we have to tie it into the whole Geneva Street and the traffic congestion. Hey, Wayne.
Yeah.
Last year, we approved a no left turn sign in the boat launch. I'm getting off track probably, but it's parks related. Did you ever get that sign made?
Yep.
Is it up?
No.
Okay. Before Memorial Day? Okay, thank you. So, you know, trying to,
Yeah.
I think we need to kind of,
Yeah, okay,
it falls into the parks and the park development, but it's streets more, I think.
sure.
And I think with the master plan, we need to tie it all into that.
Okay, thanks. That's what I was.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, we won't take any action on this last item, but we'll set up another meeting in a couple of weeks. If this is what we're reviewing, I gotta have it printed so I can read it. So, 'cause I can't read
It's
it.
only about 20 pages long, and part of it's maps,
Yeah,
pictures.
yeah, so, all right, is there anything else? Anybody got comments?
The sidewalk along the boat launch is half of it's, or not the sidewalk, but the bricks are falling in the lake. And in the summer, it's overgrown with weeds. And I, just as a committee, would like to recommend that we find some more attractive way to care for that. It's only a 25-foot long stretch between the boat launch and the municipal pier.
The blocks will get fixed this spring. The weeds growing up there, that's an issue. That's the seaweed and the leaves and everything that collect there. And that's it. Really, other than keeping it trimmed down, there's really not a way to control that area. It's rough rocks. It's not, unless you put a kid out there pitching seaweed in that often daily.
Okay.
Does Nick have time for that? Or?
Like I said, we can, and I've tried to get the summer guys on it a little bit more, but it hasn't happened to keep it trimmed down,
Yeah,
which will help it
yeah,
stay a little more sightly.
yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I figured the bricks wouldn't get fixed until the ground thawed out.
And the snow's gone.
Saturday,
If only we can help. Yeah.
Saturday.
We'll be here soon.
Motion to adjourn,
So move.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, adjourn. Thank you.
Thank you.
When do you wanna start a discussion about what's going into the time?